Guys, welcome to OBS Automotive, and today's gonna be our first video on what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking apart the full drive assembly, or for the front drive shaft on this 97 F250 4x4. So let's turn the camera around and get right onto it. First thing we want to do obviously is take the wheel off, and this, I know the rotor's pretty rusty, but next thing you're gonna want to do is come down in here. You're gonna want to get you a 14 millimeter wrench and take this on these bolts right here. Let me see if I can pull my line up here. No. Okay. So this 14 millimeter bolt right here, you're gonna want to undo this. Now be careful, because this could result in your brake. This does take your brakes off. And then there is one more right under here, right here. You're just gonna loosen that, break that seal, and then those should be pretty hand tight from there. Now when you are doing this process, I would recommend you lay everything out, and if you're doing it for the first time, lay everything out in a neat, organized fashion. I've done this quite a few times, so I'm just gonna throw that in a bucket. But this one didn't come all the way loose. Get this bolt out right here. Now you can skip past this if you need to. You know, you don't need to figure out how to get a bolt out. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab a tripod real quick. Okay, so the next process in this step in this process is see, I've already kind of done this, but there's a bolt here. And then on the bottom, right here is the other bolts in that bucket over there. But you're just gonna want to undo those with a let's see here. It is a 13/16 socket. I use my impact. If you can get yours in there, you're just gonna undo that and hold it, because it will fall. And then take your, be careful here so that you don't drop your brake pads and bust your brake line and have to bleed your brakes. You're just gonna want to kind of wiggle this off here. You may have to get a rubber mallet of some sort to hammer this off. I'm gonna go grab one real quick. Okay, so we're back and we got us a rubber mallet. So what we're gonna do is just gonna hold this and just kind of tap it all around the sides. Try to persuade this thing to come off here. Doesn't seem like it wants to, but it's gonna have to come off. So I'll get back to you when I get it off. So the next step in this process, we're gonna take us a 9/64 Allen key, and we're gonna take this this full drive assembly cover off. This does take a little bit of time, so I'm gonna get back to you when I get this done. So now that we working on the last bolt here, we're just gonna pull this off. Oh wait, we gotta get the top one off a little bit more. Right there. All right, so then that comes off like that, and just you get the bolts. Oh, that was kind of important. Here. It's right here. Oh. Dang, keep it out. Bump my noggin. It's good enough for government work. Okay, so the next step in the process is what we're going to do is we're going to take us a little Phillips head screwdriver and undo this screw right here, okay? It's a fairly small screw. Hold this gear in while you take it out, because it will jump out at you. And just throw that in my bucket right there. And this gear comes out. The seal's gonna come off like that. Put the seal back on your cover. Take your spring out. And then your next little process you got is this little ring right here. I'm gonna go find the tool to grab that off and I'll be right back. What you're gonna need for this is you're gonna need snap ring pliers. And you're gonna go under here, get in here like this, and then just comes off just like that. Throw that in the bucket. So the next step in this process is there's gonna be this little ring. There's this little ring on the inside of here. That's right on the inside of here that we're gonna need this. Okay. So you're gonna want a little baby screwdriver, and then you're gonna want a slightly larger flathead. So grab your small screwdriver. You're gonna want to run it across the inside of here and find your little lip. Okay. And then this is gonna be a pain to get out. Most of the time, usually is. So you're gonna lose your mind trying to get this thing out, but okay. This one was a lot easier to get up than the other side. So once you get it just kind of stuck out like this, you're gonna want to grab your pliers and just turn it in a circle, and comes out just like that. And this one's basically brand new, so I might reuse that, but I do have another one that that'll replace that, because it's all, if you're taking it apart, you may as well replace the parts. So now what you're going to do is that step I skipped to. You're gonna want to screw these right back in here. Oh, so many. Screw these right back in here like this on either side. Come on now. And then just wiggle that out, and then your whole assembly, this whole gear should come out like that. And then just set that aside. This is not the right tool for it, but I have a torque wrench right here, and right in here on the inside, you see this, where's my screwdriver? Pull this out. These right here, there's gonna be one here. There's gonna be 3 layers of these. So you're gonna wanna take your, this is a 4-wheel drive assembly hub socket, I think that's what it's called. You can rent these down at AutoZone, buy them. I would buy it. So you take this and you're gonna put this on the end of a wrench, torque wrench, something to pull it off with. Now this is torqued down to like 200 or something, so this should be pretty hard to, oh no, that was pretty easy to get off. So that one should come off fairly easily. The back one, the back one is what is really a pain to get off. So then just take your socket in here and unscrew that. Maybe even get in there by hand and just give it all you got. I mean, it's not hard to unscrew something. All right, so then there's that first one. We're gonna put that aside. And then our second one in here should, if I'm correct, just come out, but I can't see. Yeah, there we go. Gotta break it loose from the grease. Alright, so then that just pops up. That falls out like that. And this is where we get a spicy meatball. Either it's torqued down too much, or it's not torqued down enough. It should be torqued down enough because I just did this job like a couple months ago to do my, yeah. See, it's barely over there. So that first one was not torqued down nearly enough for satisfaction. It should be torqued down to about about 195-ish, 200, somewhere around that range. Really what your torque reach could go to with that settings. But just get your finger in there. That's probably the easiest. And just unscrew this thing. I'm gonna, however, use this. Just like that. Sorry. Got this one off. So now, the hub assembly. There is a bearing on there, so it's going to be kind of difficult to get off. So we're just going to back this up and zoom this out. You're going to have to just yank it. Oh, and then your front bearing's going to fall out. But here you go. There's the entirety of the hub. And I got grease on the floor. Great. Okay, so now removing the spindle. This is a fairly simple process. What you want to do is find you, fairly certain it's this one. Yeah, it's the size. This is a 11/16 socket. You're gonna want to slap this on your impact if you got one. You don't need one, but okay. Stubborn. That doesn't feel good. Okay, this one does not want to come out of my socket. There we go. Just throw that in the bucket with it. So that you're gonna do that for the rest of these. And I'll take these off real quick and I'll be right back. So the next step in this process is you're gonna wanna take, after you get these bolts out, you're gonna wanna take a rag and clean the grease off of this spindle. Just like that, just get as much off as you can. Okay. Get it out of the cracks and crevices. Now, to get the spindle off, some of you it's gonna be hard, some of you it's not gonna be hard. What you wanna do is you wanna take your rubber mallet, just I'll do this thing on this one, get back